Hello everybody, welcome back to the Collector's Vault. My name is Mike. I just got back from a family yard sale. A little bit tired. Tried to sell a few things there, and if there's one thing I've learned is that when your family organizes a yard sale, especially like a community yard sale, make sure it's advertised properly, because we had a grand total of what, eight customers, so I guess it wasn't a total loss. Anyway, we're here today to continue talking about the Pokemon trading card game sets. And the next set up on the list is the Team Rocket set. It is a very, very cool set. It was pretty iconic because it did some things, well, I shouldn't say it started reprints, but it did actually have a set completely full of reprints. As far as the Pokemon goes, there were no new Pokemon. They kind of just continued the trading card game by bringing back Pokemon, giving them all new artworks. Basically, they're entirely new cards. And we'll go into some more detail in a little bit, and we'll be talking about everyone's favorite starters. Wait a minute, red, blue, where's green? Huh? That's right. For some reason, Venusaur is not in this set. I couldn't tell you why. I guess that's just Nintendo's way of saying that, yeah, Venusaur really is the least popular of the three starters. Anyway, so before we go into the vault and take a look at some of these cards, I need to take one quick sip of this warm soda I found outside. I think some kind stranger left it for me. Oh! Oh, it's good soda. Alright, well, if you guys are ready, let's take a look into the vault and see what we can learn. Ow. This vault's pretty heavy.
This is the boss, and I'm sick of waiting. I want Pikachu, and this time don't screw it up!
Okay, we're back. So, yeah, again, guys, new layout. Since I'm going to be filming my face now, this is going to be where I'm going to be doing, like, close-ups so that I can show you guys cards. And so, let's begin. So, as we mentioned before, this is actually a set that had a really cool reprints. Basically, by reprinting, they somewhat reprinted the Pokemon themselves and created all new cards with entirely different names, including this little dark, whoops, it's a little bright here, including this little dark, as you see here, which we'll talk about that in a second. Different HPs, different attacks, everything basically, I think even the flavor text is different. And it was a very, it was a smaller set than base set. It was an 82 card set. As you can see, they okay. Let me get my handy dandy Wii stick, Wii U stick. I don't know what the hell it is. You'll see here that they did continue the use of the star, diamond, and circle for rarities. They do actually continue the first edition set, and then as well as an unlimited set. In which case, there is no symbol right here. Actually, right here is an unlimited Dark Blastoise, as you can see, no symbol. The most notable way to identify a Team Rocket card is that they do have the Team Rocket R right here, right where any of the other set symbols will be located. As far as like the actual card, like card design, card style, they did also introduce the new hologram style. I think if I don't have an old card on me right now, but if you look at the original like base set, Johto and Fossil, their holos were mainly like a bunch of like diamonds and stars that shimmered. This shimmer actually looks like it's a bunch of circles. I believe this is called the Cosmic Holo. I could be mistaken on that, but yeah, it's cool. I mean, it basically is like the old style hologram, just instead of being a bunch of like stars and diamonds, it's like little, like they actually look like they're stars in the sky and like, you know, again, like very like space-like, you know, like planetoids. That's kind of what it resembles to me. So the Cosmic Holo does kind of make sense. So you'll notice the dark in Blastoise's name, and this basically identifies that all the Pokemon in the set were like, I guess, being controlled or used by Team Rocket, and therefore they're like evil. So this is like the Dark Blastoise. Kind of cool. And basically any Pokemon that was an evolved form of a Pokemon had dark in its name in this set. I believe also the Pokemon that did not have evolved forms, so basically Pokemon that didn't evolve, they were dark in this set. there was no like non-dark Blastoise in the set. Just basically, this is just kind of how they identified that all the Pokemon in this set were dark and evil versions of each other. I guess because they were supposedly forced to evolve by Team Rocket, and actually this is kind of indicated by they have rather low hit points. Blastoise in the last set I think had 100. This one only has 70, and 70 is usually the amount of hit points. Like Pokemon at this time when they first came out, like the first 3 sets, and this being the 4th set. Pokemon tend to have like 70 HP if they were like the second form. Like a Wartortle would have 70 HP, but a Blastoise has that. I think Wartortle only has 50 in this set. So I think it's kind of like them being forced to evolve early and prematurely by Team Rocket, kind of hinting the whole like thematic, flavor of this set, which I think is really cool. Before I forget to mention, Team Rocket was a set that came out right after Fossil, and it came out in the year 2000. I think it was on April 24th, if I'm not mistaken. And, yeah, so let's move on to some other cards. They did reprint everyone's favorite Charizard, basically as Dark Charizard. And similar to the Charizard in the base set, this is a Charizard that has, like, is the most amount of HP in the entire set, basically. And I think he has one of the strongest attacks in the set. He's also the highest level in the set. Level doesn't really mean much, but only level 38. It's pretty low compared to, I think the Charizard in the base set was like 76. Again, kind of like going along with that like thematic theme of them being he's only level 28. It's really low. So it's like, yeah, the thematic of these Pokemon being forced to evolve early. But yeah, Charizard has a really cool look in this set. He kind of like has like his back turned. The fire looks really sick. You got that cosmic hologram in the background. And again, just like any of the Rocket sets, this is a set out of 82 cards, and there's the R. There really isn't much of like a variance, I think, among the cards. I honestly can't even really think of any like notable misprints or anything. I was gonna say that the Charizard had a misprint, but I think he had a misprint in the Gym series, which is a little bit ways off. So, but yeah, notably, this set introduced. Now, notably, this set did include reprints, but it also included brand new trainer cards. Base set Jungle and Fossil did have trainer cards, but with this set introduced holographic trainer cards. Right here we have Rocket Sneak Attack, and here comes Team Rocket. Actually, a really, really cool looking card because it has Jessie, James, and Meowth on it. This is definitely part of the flavor of the set being it's basically a Team Rocket set. Team Rocket has cards in this set that kind of like are devious. I think, what's this thing? Look at your opponent's hand and mess around with the hand. Each player puts their prize. I don't really play the card game. I think prize cards are like how you like. I think it's like, I don't know. I don't really play the game. I'm not even gonna bother trying to explain that. But basically, these are just really cool looking cards that have. Actually, I think this is supposed to be Cassidy. Remember from the Pokemon TV show? Wasn't there Jessie and James, and then there was a green-haired dude named Butch, and this is Cassidy. So yeah, they introduced the concept of holo trainers, and now obviously trainer cards nowadays have holograms, but yeah, it's actually kind of cool. Kind of like the introduction of holo trainer cards. They also brought back the concept of non-holo versions of Pokemon cards. Basically, the non-holo version of the rares. So, similar to Jungle and Fossil, you can have a holographic Charizard, and you will then have a non-holo rare version of that Charizard. Look down here. So, the holographic version was first in line, then all the other holos, or the non-holos, came later down the set, so you can see that the set numbers are different, 4 out of 82 and 21 out of 82. But besides that, the cards should be relatively identical, just that this Pokemon just like Jungle and Fossil, these will just not have a hologram. Set also brought back pre-release cards. Forgive me, I don't remember if I ever talked about this, but there were actual pre-release cards from the Jungle and Fossil sets. In the Jungle, there was Clefable, and the Fossil set had Aerodactyl. And then they continued that in Team Rocket with Gyarados. Or Dark Gyarados in this case. Actually, Gyarados' art is really, really neat. It's very cartoony. I think that was, Kagemoro Himino. I think that's, forgive me, I'm sure I butchered his name. But I believe he had a very, cartoony art style in some of these cards, but I think it looks pretty nice. And you can see here, this is a pre-release card, bottom right corner. And again, everything else about this is basically the same as the non-pre-release version. Right here is a first edition Dark Gyarados. Really, really nice. So yeah, they brought that back, the pre-release sets. So I think that just means that you got one of these if you went to the opening day for the new set. And one more thing to look out for is that this set was actually the very first set to introduce the concept of secret rares. I know they're very popular in the game right now, basically giving you like alternate artwork and hologram versions of cards in the set. This is Dark Raichu. And it's funny enough because you would think, you know, what's so special about this Dark Raichu? But apparently, if you look down here, his set number is, 83 out of 82. And that's the first time they actually introduced this concept of there being like an additional card out of the main set. And from my understanding, I think it just meant that he was rather difficult to pull. Like, he was kind of supposed to be like a secret card. I don't know if maybe people didn't know he was in the set. And I didn't really do as much research as I wanted to on this. I kind of just thought like it was like I don't even think the hologram's all that different. Like, I'm pretty sure it looks the same because I know like in the secret rares in the newer sets they have like that like felty material and stuff. They're really different. This just looks like any other holo in the set. But yeah, Dark Raichu was supposed to be the secret rare in the set. I think they continued that and with some of the other future sets. Like I think in the Expedition series they had like. I'm pretty sure they had like the moments where the Pokemon's numbers were higher than the set number. I mean, it's really nothing crazy, but it's just a little fun fact to say that yeah, Dark Raichu was the very first secret rare Pokemon card introduced by Wizards of the Coast. And besides that, I think that's really all I really had to say. Like these cards didn't really have any much of like a variance. They didn't have. I can't think of any like notable common misprints. For some reason, I think we're missing a Venusaur. I can't really explain why. Yeah, Venusaur was not in this set, nor was Bulbasaur and Ivysaur. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments below if there actually is like a reason why they didn't include them. I don't know. But yeah, so this was just a video to help you guys identify Team Rocket cards. Again, this set's pretty iconic as far as like. Well, this set's pretty easy to identify because it has the introduction of Dark Pokemon, and it has set out of 82 cards. It has the Team Rocket R, this being the main way to identify them, so it's really not that difficult. But this is just a little lesson for all of you who did not know, and just want to say thanks for watching. Take it easy.